Yeah, it's a hustle.
I ain't just say that, man. Those father, everybody. It's a hustle.
To the moon!
Elon Musk's schedule is looking really hectic nowadays as he tries to keep up with his responsibilities as CEO of Tesla. Just last month, the tech billionaire was somewhere on the outskirts of Berlin, inaugurating Tesla's new Giga-Berlin factory. The car manufacturing company is at the peak of its powers, and there's several milestones that deserve to be celebrated, like the car-making plant we just talked about, or the 1 million electric vehicles the automaker delivered last year. But for Elon Musk, there isn't much time to facilitate. He has to deliver on his Cybertruck promise, while also keeping up with enormous demand for other Tesla models. On the other hand, Musk is also initiating improvements to some of Tesla's existing technologies, including its lithium-ion batteries and the optimized carbon-wrapped Plaid electric motor, which is expected to further extend the performance limit of existing and forthcoming Tesla vehicles. Join us in this video as we unwrap Tesla's new insane electric motor. What's this new Plaid electric motor like? How big is it? Why is it wrapped in carbon? How is it different from Tesla's current motor? And finally, which Tesla's cars will benefit from the technology? Let's find out together. Growing up, we all got to hear this saying, if it's not broken, don't fix it. It was repeated many times until it became a cliche. Most of us adhere to this unofficial rule, even to this day. But there are some opposite-minded humans like Elon Musk who don't seem to get the memo.
Full self-driving, there's going to be a dedicated robotaxi that's going to look pretty.
Or maybe they grew up in a different world from ours. Who knows? Anyway, for some reasons unknown to us, these special breeds of people have continued to fix things that are not broken. Of course, it has backfired on some of them, but for others, like Elon Musk, this approach has yielded great results. I mean, take a look at companies from Tesla to SpaceX to Neuralink and the so-called Boring Company, which does fun things beneath the Earth's surface. Elon Musk's investments are all thriving. He has also become the highest shareholder at Twitter, and that's thriving as well. So there's basically no legal or moral ground to criticize Musk when he tries to fix things that are not broken. And the same applies to his efforts in developing the upgraded Tesla Plaid electric motor. What's this new motor like? To find out how this upgraded electric motor works, we'll first need to explain the basics behind the current motor. The electric motor is an underappreciated invention. Nowadays, you'll find it in different machines and appliances, including water pumps, refrigerators, washing machines, computers, fans, and electric cars. But its origin dates back to over 100 years ago, when legendary scientist Nikola Tesla invented it. The idea behind electric motors is quite simple. Once you send current through one end, and the axle, or metal rod on the other end, rotates. This process supplies the energy you need to power a machine of some sort. But how is this electrical energy converted to mechanical energy? An electric motor does this conversion with the help of electromagnets. These are slightly different from the normal magnets that you know. You see, the magnetic field in electromagnets can only be created and sustained when there's a flow of electric current. In other words, the magnetic field becomes non-existent as soon as the current stops flowing. Meanwhile, a permanent magnet literally does what its name suggests. It maintains a permanent magnetic field at all times. Inside every induction electric motor, you'll find a rotor and a stator. The rotor is the part that rotates. It is surrounded by iron bars that conduct electricity. Stator, on the other hand, remains static, as it cannot move. It's basically a set of copper wires wrapped in coils. The rotor is housed inside the stator, which is connected to an electrical power supply, in this case a DC battery. The idea is once current is sent to the stator, it creates a charged environment and turns the rotor, thereby powering the vehicle. But there's a little problem here. Electric motors only work with alternating current, but batteries can only supply direct current. So to solve this discrepancy, the direct current from the battery first finds its way into the inverter. The direct current is converted into alternating current inside the inverter, before it is sent to the electric motor, which in turn powers the vehicle. Got it? Of course you did. This optimized motor is expected to follow the same principles that we just described, but it's certainly going to feature some important changes.
This is $1, right? It's real.
See, sorta.
Yeah,
Sorta
okay.
real.
Not too much, but just enough to help it outperform its predecessor. How big is it? Well, Maybe this question should be, how small is it? Because we hear the new Plaid motor will be so small that a single human will be able to lift it up. However, it's potent enough to power a vehicle that weighs more than 1,800 kilograms. Why is it wrapped in carbon? Wrapping carbon around this motor means it will generate more electromagnetic field than a similar size motor, which is wrapped with a metal like, for instance, steel. Also, the carbon is able to hold firm and prevent the expansion of copper wires due to extensive radial acceleration. While this method is hugely beneficial, the process of wrapping carbon around copper is extremely difficult. This is because both elements have different thermal expansion rates. So, to achieve its aim, Tesla Automation, a subsidiary of the car-making company, had to create an entirely new machine that would be able to serve this purpose. Tesla Automation was founded in 1963 under the name Grohmann Engineering and acquired by Tesla for approximately $150 million in 2017. It's not the first time that Tesla is making components in-house to facilitate or optimize its production process. The American EV maker is known to manufacture its batteries, chargers, and body panels. And during the terrible semiconductor scarcity that left so many automakers stranded, there were rumors that Tesla could maybe set up a chip manufacturing plant. Many competitors would be glad that didn't happen. Before we explain what makes the Plaid motor different from the old motor, if you've made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. How is it different from the existing motor? The new Tesla Plaid motor is visibly smaller than the old motor, but it is expected to deliver some top level of efficiency and unprecedented performance like we've never seen before. Tesla claims it's the world's most advanced electric motor. It also doubles as the only production electric motor in the world to have carbon sleeves. This guarantees more torque and enables the Plaid motor to reach higher RPM. Which cars will it fit into? The Plaid motor is basically small enough to fit into any production car, but one car that looks like it needs it the most is the Tesla Roadster. The Roadster was Tesla's first automobile offering, but the American brand decided to discontinue production. Now Tesla is gearing up to introduce a second generation of the Roadster, and it will likely carry the new Plaid motor. With this in place, the new Roadster is expected to have a torque of around 10,000 Newton meters and drift from 0 to 60 in 1.1 seconds. For context, the Plaid version of the Model S drifted from 0 to 60 in 1.98 seconds during a test in 2021, making it the fastest production car at the time. Another vehicle that could enjoy this remarkable piece of engineering is the Cybertruck. Tesla has delayed the production of this car multiple times due to supply chain problems. But those setbacks might have just presented Tesla with the golden opportunity to improve its performance by adding this little magic motor to the mix. The carbon-wrapped electric motor technology could potentially also benefit Tesla's next incoming semi-truck, which aims to hit 0 to 60 in 20-odd seconds while carrying 80,000 pounds of load. Quite ambitious if you ask us. The unofficially proposed Tesla electric airplane could also feature this new age motor as well. When it comes to EVs, Tesla leads the rest of the pack by a mile. And we can imagine that with the development of better optimized batteries and this new carbon-wrapped Plaid electric motor, we can imagine that the gap between Tesla and its competitors will continue to widen even further. What do you think about the new Plaid electric motor? Should Tesla use it for its other car models? Let us know in the comment section below. And be sure to check out this video over here.